Good evening, friends. Thanks for your valuable comments on my videos on Twitter, Koo, and Twitter. I'm sure that these comments make me improve whatever I'm doing. These add to the value of what I do, and it also makes me very happy to see your feedback. Today, our focus is on a super cop who committed suicide allegedly, Himanshu Roy. When a man considered a humble gentleman and who also happened to be a super cop in the Mumbai police force commits suicide, naturally people are shocked. Well, such is the story of a super cop whom everybody admired and looked up to as a role model in the Mumbai police force. Himanshu Roy is said to have committed suicide by shooting himself in his residence in South Mumbai at 1:40 p.m. In fact, many police personnel have died of late. There was a case of a 35-year-old head constable of Delhi police who shot himself dead in the VVIP parking lot of the Delhi Secretariat. In another case, Prem Ballabh Kumar, a 55-year-old ACP rank official who was posted in crime and traffic unit of Delhi police and was awarded the Police Medal for his service in 2016, was said to have committed suicide. Officers investigating the matter believe that Ballabh committed suicide, but have launched an investigation to probe if it could have been an accident, as no suicide note was found at the premises. Preliminary inquiry revealed that the ACP was under depression. He was also undergoing treatments for some illness and had spent some time in GTB hospital. Similarly, another case, Rajesh Sahani, a senior police officer, shot himself dead with a service pistol, very much like what Himanshu Roy did, inside his room at Uttar Pradesh anti-terrorist squad headquartered in Gomti Nagar in Lucknow. People today ridicule men in police uniform like Sachin Vaze, Paramveer Singh, Trimukhe, Pradeep Sharma, and see them as purely henchmen of political parties. Every day, like a Pandora's box, scams are being revealed, the biggest one being that of cash for postings, where money could get you plum posts. In these kind of settings, existed a man who became a super cop, Himanshu Roy. He was the one who handled high-profile cases from the IPL spot fixing to Kasab's hanging, Ajmal Kasab's hanging. According to the police, around 1:40 p.m., Roy shot himself in his mouth with his service revolver at home and was declared dead at the Bombay hospital where he was declared dead, 2018. And that Roy, who was battling cancer and had a relapse, was on leave for over a year, had even visited the USA for treatment. So who is Himanshu Roy? Born on June 23rd, 1963, Roy's father was a well-known doctor in Colaba, Mumbai. He graduated from St. Xavier's College, Mumbai, and was a chartered accountant before he joined the force. He was a 1988 batch IPS officer from Maharashtra cadre. Roy was an alumnus of St. Xavier's College, Mumbai. He was an IPS officer of the 1988 Maharashtra cadre and had worked as the Joint Commissioner of Police in Crime in Mumbai. In 2016, Roy was appointed as the ADG establishment in Maharashtra. Before that, he served as the Additional Director General of Police, DGP. After passing out in 1985, Roy went on to become a chartered accountant. He then gave civil services exam and became the IPS officer on August 21st, 1989. One of his first postings was Malegaon, where he was posted from 1991 to 1995. There he handled the fallout of the post-Babri demolition rights. After another stint in Ahmednagar, Roy was posted in Mumbai in March 2001. For 4 years between 2004 and 2008, he was a commissioner of Nashik Police, after which he returned to Mumbai. He was a part of the police investigation team that probed the Khairlanji's murder in 2006. Roy had solved several sensational cases, including the firing on fugitive underworld don Dawood Ibrahim's brother Iqbal Kaskar's driver, Arif Bail, journalist who was involved in the journalist J. Day murder case, the double murder case involving Vijay Palande, Laila Khan murder case, and the recent murder of law graduate Pallavi Purkhayasta. In the J-Day murder case, the journalist case, his team had arrested a former senior journalist, Jigna Vora, in the case. Roy, who was a Joint Commissioner of Police Crime from 2012 to 14, is credited with leading the investigation into the 2013 Indian Premier League betting scandal. He was responsible for the arrest of actor Bindu Dara Singh, son of wrestler Dara Singh, for alleged links to bookies in the spot fixing case. However, Bindu was later released on bail on June 3, 2013 by a Mumbai court. Roy had nabbed Arbaz Khan and CSK's Gurunath Meyyappan. He was responsible also for the arrest of Gurunath Meyyappan, son-in-law of former ICC President N. Srinivasan and owner of Chennai Super Kings franchise in the same spot fixing case. He was then transferred to the state ATS. During his tenure as the agency's chief software engineer, Anis Ansari was arrested for allegedly planning to blow up the American school at the Bandra Kurla complex. The former Mumbai top cop was also credited for setting up Mumbai's first cyber crime cell, devising effective anti-dacoity measures in rural Maharashtra and establishing a special cell to deal with crimes related to women. In 2014, Roy, along with Rakesh Maria, became the first police officer in Mumbai to be given Z+ security cover. He met his wife Bhavna, and who was the sister of author Amish Tripathi, at the Mazgaon Examination Hall in 1990. She was also preparing for her IAS exam. In a career spanning over 15 years, he has handled sensitive cases like the post-Babri Masjid demolition cases. Crime branch officers to this day recall him as one of those officers who trusted them and gave them a free hand. A police inspector who had worked with Roy in the crime branch said he did not believe in taking regular updates from officers every week, like some officers did. He told us that I trust you and gave us a free hand. If things did not work out sometimes, he stood with us, the officer added. Some of the best police detections took place under his tenure. We all tried our best to deserve the trust he had in us. Another officer said another good thing about him was that he did not hog the credit when a case was detected. Some senior officers do not like it if the names of juniors appear prominently in the media. Roy Saab would encourage us to showcase the good work done by us. Roy also had good relationships with the media and is remembered as a cooperative officer who was ready to help journalists whenever approached. Roy was at the helm of several high-profile investigations, such as the investigation, as we mentioned, in the 2013 IPL betting scandal, during the course of which he arrested Bindu Dara Singh, who allegedly had links to bookies in spot fixing. Himanshu Roy also played a major role in spearheading and solving cases such as the murder, as we said, of journalist J.D. by Chota Rajan. While investigating the attack on mobster Dawood Ibrahim's brother, Iqbal Kaskar's driver, Arif Bail, Roy commented to reporters about the ATS. We are keeping a tab on the changing scenario in the underworld. Roy was also part of the investigations into the serial murders committed by police informer Vijay Palande, alias Karan Sood, Simran Sood or Simran Sood, the family murders involving actress Laila Khan, and the murder of lawyer Pallavi Purkhayasta. Hours after Roy's death, the murder case of Minakshi Tapa that he had supervised resulted in convictions. He was also involved in the Khair Lanji massacre case and post-Babri Masjid demolition riot situation in Malegaon. He also had a major role to play in transporting Ajmal Kasam, the lone 2611 gunman caught to Pune's Yerawada jail and executing his death sentence in absolute secrecy. Roy was one of the few chosen officers aware of the plan and in charge of executing it. He was also part of the team which pursued leads related to the American-born Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorist David Headley, who was involved in carrying out a recce mission ahead of the 2611 terror strike. And as we mentioned, he had the credit of setting up Mumbai's first cyber crime cell. It certainly proves that he may have had many enemies in the underworld and also within his department. A bodybuilder regarded among his colleagues and the Maharashtra police cadre as the archetypal IPS officer who blended physical fitness with policing skills, Roy was uniquely famous as a handsome, smartly dressed, and soft speaking cop. He was sidestepped in the IPS reshuffle in 2015, with the BJP led government taking him out of ATS and posting him as Additional Director General in Police Housing. At the time, it was widely speculated that the sidelining of Roy, and a few other officers was largely due to letters they had written to the Home Department complaining of ill treatment at the hands of their seniors and the alleged groupism in the IPS ranks. With this side posting, he went into deep depression, it is said. He then underwent treatment for cancer in 2016 and took some leave. And then some of his colleagues say he suddenly cut contact with people. One wonders how a 6 feet tall, health conscious man, a teetotaler who did not smoke, could become a victim of cancer, which is rather strange. But then cancer does not discriminate, I guess. His daily routine included waking up at 5 a.m. every day and hitting the gym early, with Hindustani classical music plugged into his ears while he did his weightlifting and cardiovascular exercises. In one interview, he had once described his morning exercise as poetry in motion. And most importantly, he said he avoided negative thoughts as a person is a product of one's thoughts. He also enjoyed playing tennis, squash, and maintaining a high protein and low carb diet at all times. Many of his colleagues spoke only about his good qualities. Former Mumbai police chief D. Shivanand, who had been working with Roy since 1989-99, said he had everything in his career. Cancer is something unexpected and unfortunate, but his death is more shocking because his death was not from cancer, but from a gunshot. He added, over the past few months, Roy had broken communication with everyone. He also went to the US for some time for treatment. He was an excellent person. He had a brilliant career graph, very easy to get along with, very soft spoken, a family man. The only killer was cancer. People say he was depressed. That could be so. He was always in great health and fit, but this became a question of survival, Shivanandan said. Roy, who was 12 years Shivanand's junior, often fondly mentioned the former city police chief in his conversations. He had been suffering from cancer for nearly 2 years, and it seems he died due to the frustration, is what former Mumbai Police Commissioner M.N. Singh told media. From what we've heard, he was not making much progress with the treatment. That a man who was so fit and positive in spirit could suffer from cancer itself was not plausible. Roy, who was over 6 feet, always stood out as one of the fittest cops in the city with a strict diet and exercise regime. After the relapse of his cancer, Roy continued to work out occasionally. An avid reader of P.G. Wodehouse, the author P.G. Wodehouse was among his favorites. Former Mumbai Police Commissioner Arup Patnaik said, Roy came to work directly under me as the Joint Commissioner of Police in Crime when I was in Mumbai's Police Commissioner. He was a very quick, sharp, and level-headed, very approachable by people and the force. His drafting was superlative. He was meticulous and trained chartered accountant and had worked with a reputed firm before joining the IPS. Patnaik, who runs Konark Cancer Foundation in Mumbai, was also in talks with Roy to make him the brand ambassador of his NGO's Cancer Survivors campaign. After retirement, I started the NGO, he said. I learned through someone that Roy was a cancer survivor and approached him to discuss his battle and also if he could be our brand ambassador. While he never reverted to the request, he had asked me to arrange an appointment with a renowned oncosurgeon, which I did. I later learned that the doctor had said that his cancer had spread to his brain and advised him to undergo a surgery which he wasn't keen on. Patnaik said. Once Roy had said, it's painful, but I'm a policeman and I'm fighting it out, he had told Patnaik. According to relatives in a report, Roy had written a small note to close relatives to say, I love you, a tight hug, and that no one should be blamed for his death. The 55-year-old cop is said to have then pulled the trigger. His wife, Bhavna, was in the living room and she alerted the Cuff Parade police. He was in a chair with a gun in his mouth. It was too late to save him. The police filed an accidental report. But the doctor said the bullet injury was visible right up to his skull. Roy, as we mentioned earlier, was known to be upright, media friendly, and physically strong. Why then would he give up on life and kill himself? So unbelievable. Like the many deaths encountered after SSR death, all claimed as suicides. Crime branch officers to this day credit Roy for trusting them and giving them a free hand. He did not believe in taking updates every week from officers like others did. He told us, "I trust you," and gave us a free hand. If things did not work out, sometimes he stood by us. The confidence that he had on us, he would not put the blame on us if anything went wrong, and he ensured that we would work with a free hand. This man does not sound like Paramveer Singh, Sachin Vaze, Trimukh K types, does he? Some of the best police detections took place during Roy's tenure. We all tried our best to deserve the trust he had in us, the officer added. Another officer said, another good thing about him was that he did not hog the credit. When a case was cracked, some senior officers do not like it if the names of juniors appear prominently in the media. Roy Saab would encourage us to showcase the good work done by us. During Roy's tenure as a Joint Commissioner of Police in the Crime Department, a batch of officers started emulating his appearance. We were all in awe of him, and several of us started working out in the gym. Some even grew a mustache like him and wore tight-fitting shirts, said an officer. Special Public Prosecutor Ujjwal Nigam, who worked with Roy on several cases, said he was a unique mix of physical fitness, feeling of camaraderie for his colleagues, and a rare personal commitment to take to logical end the cases he was assigned. Nigam recalled that even though Roy was not a part of the investigation into the 26/11 Mumbai terror attack, he sat through the court proceedings out of interest in the case. The Special Public Prosecutor also pointed out that Roy's exceptional leadership and policing skills when the 26/11 convict Ajmal Kasab was moved in absolute secrecy from Mumbai to Pune's Yerwada jail, where he was hanged in 2012. He was gregarious, matey sort of friend who always had regard and respect for his colleagues and officers, a unique quality among IPS officers, and who always stressed the importance of physical fitness wherever he was, Nigam told media. Roy, as a Joint Commissioner of Mumbai Police, was also instrumental in investigating the 2012 Meenakshi Thapa abduction and murder case. The case reached a logical conclusion a day before he committed Alice suicide. We don't know whether it's a suicide. On 10th May, a sessions court in Mumbai awarded life imprisonment to two junior artists in the Meenakshi Thapa case based on the investigation carried out by the team led by Roy. Moreover, what I don't understand here is that it was in Devendra Fadnavis's rule that top cops like Rakesh Maria, Meera Borwankar, Himanshu Roy, Hemant Nagrale, Krishna Prakash, and Sanjay Pandey, who had once guarded the city by holding top post position in Mumbai, were all moved to side postings. Why did that happen? It was said that Rakesh Maria, a media-friendly IPS officer and one who Himanshu Roy admired immensely, was transferred to Home Guards after he interrogated former Star TV CEO Peter Mukherjee for his alleged involvement in the infamous murder case of Sheena Bora. Rakesh Maria, who had cracked the 1993 Bombay blast case and the 26/11 Mumbai terror attack, was then moved to Maharashtra State Police Housing and Welfare Corporation. In an article in the DNA, it was reported that Himanshu Roy, Barve, and Nagrale wrote letters to the Home Department alleging ill treatment at the hands of their seniors. Nagrale had also written to the Home Department reportedly complaining about groupism within the IPS ranks. These letters of dissent may have led to them being shunted to non-executive posting. said a senior police officer. Interestingly, neither of them completed the mandatory 2 years in their current posting. So, was the BJP under Fadnavis no different from the Mahavikas Agadi? Why did they transfer such honest, efficient policemen? And continuing on the Peter Mukherjee case, remember also that Paramveer Singh was also the Inspector General of the Konkan Range when Sheena Bora's body was dumped in Raigad. As per reports, when Sheena went missing on 24th April 2012, Rahul Mukherjee, her boyfriend and Indrani's stepson, had reached out to Paramveer Singh. Singh was then Inspector General of Police and he had reportedly asked Rahul to file a missing person report. Interestingly, a missing person report was never filed for Sheena. Paramveer Singh was also the Inspector General of the Konkan Range then when Sheena's body was dumped in Raigad. In the 26/11 terror attack too, former Mumbai Commissioner of Police Hassan Ghafoor had accused senior police officials, including Paramveer Singh, of not taking on the terrorists. To Ghafoor's remarks, Paramveer Singh had threatened legal action for defaming him. Singh had defended him and claimed that he was seen on several television channels when he was at Hotel Taj and Oberoi. The television channels were live casting the siege which had eventually helped the terrorists as per reports. One of the most controversial tenures of Paramveer Singh was during his days at the ATS. Paramveer Singh was the Additional Commissioner of Police. ATS was accused of severe torture by current Bhopal MP Sadhvi Pragya Singh. Sadhvi Pragya Singh Thakur had alleged that she was subjected to extreme torture by the Mumbai ATS to make her forcefully confess to her role in the alleged saffron terror case. Making serious allegations against the then members of the Mumbai ATS, Sadhvi Pragya had disclosed the ATS officers included Paramveer Singh had kept her in illegal detention and tortured her for 13 days. Paramveer Singh, IPS officer of the 1988 batch, was appointed as the Mumbai Police Commissioner in February this year. Singh, prior to his appointment as the Mumbai Police, he was the Director General of the Anti-Corruption Bureau. His tenure at the Maharashtra ACB was also controversial. In December last year, the ACB under Singh had given a clean chit to the then Deputy Chief Minister and NCP leader Ajit Pawar in the irrigation scam. Ajit Pawar was accused in a scam involving 12 Vidarbha Irrigation Development Corporation projects. Most of the actors we mentioned who died and were proclaimed as suicide cases ended up with cancer. Even Sadhvi Pragya, after all the police torture under Mumbai police, developed cancer. Were these people being given some mood-altering substances without their knowledge that leads to depression and serious illnesses? Was Himanshu too a victim? It is clear that Himanshu Roy had many enemies. The underworld, people within his forces who worked with the underworld, politicians who may have wanted such a star cop to be eliminated. Remember, he had nabbed Arbaz Khan and CSK's Gurunath Mayappan for spot fixing in IPL. He was also seen with people like Akshay Kumar and Smita Thakre. There were many questions being raised as to why did Himanshu Roy commit suicide, or was it even a suicide in the first place, or a conspiracy, a murder? Many people said that a person like Roy could not commit suicide because he was a person with a strong will and spirit. You remember this was the same thing said about Sunanda Pushkar when she died. Was there someone in the room before he died? Would his elimination clear the path for a corrupt force to dominate the police department and enable the smooth functioning of the nexus between politicians, the underworld, and Bollywood? As in, we would say now, the Wasuli that's happening. Remember, IPL was the best way to make a lot of money, and they did not want anyone to oppose it. He was only 55 when he died. He could have served for many more years. And people say that he was too brave to give in to pain and commit suicide. This story of pulling the trigger on himself is truly unbelievable. Just like saying SSR hung himself and Disha committed suicide by jumping down from a high-rise building, and that too without clothes. Is there something that Mumbai police is hiding? And now that the Mansoor Kiran death case comes out, After the SSR and Disha case, it seems anything is possible, and that this super cop could have been eliminated to facilitate the Vasuli mission because he took leave for a brief period and then he died in 2018, which is only 3 years back. The present crop of top cops who are facing investigations by NIA were ruling the roost. On the day of the top Himanshu Roy suicide, 2 men he booked got lighter. See how he worked. Looks like the Mumbai police did not need his efficiency and patriotism. They need people like Waze and Paramveer Singh. Boy is survived by his wife Bhavana. She went on to teach and work with the NGOs. She is the sister of Amish Tripathi, the author. Strangely, she never came out with her account of what actually happened to him. Was she threatened, like many others, to keep quiet? We will not know. Whether there was a plot to eliminate him as he knew too much, whether he was a threat to the political parties and the underworld, it remains unknown. I wish this case would prop up again and get reinvestigated by the federal agencies. But one thing I strongly believe is that if he was alive, Sushant Singh Rajput would have got justice by now. That's all the news for now. Thank you, friends. Let me just have a look at your comments as well. Hello, Nansu. Hi, Nitin. Hi, Tutul. Hello, Prachi. Debeshwar. Same to you. Thank you, Lakshman, for joining. Good evening, Lalita. Nansu, nice to get daily updates from you of the day's topic. Thank you, Nansu. It's quite suspect his death, but again, wonder if it will ever be reopened. Yes, Nisha, this is something that I wish they take it up. Devanushi, thank you for the updates. Thank you, Devanushi. Projector, he had his own department in other Russia. Okay. Good evening, Kanta. Ma'am, can you call the ex-lady police commissioner? She can enlighten us a lot on this. Yes, we'll try that, Gurbinder. And thanks for bringing these tragic incidents up because it's time to ponder. Yes, this was a case, Sharmila, that had shocked many people because he was very healthy and he was a very strong policeman with a lot of convictions. So something fishy seems to have happened in his case. Michelle Palmer, ma'am, does Sachin Waze have something to do with the SSR death? I'm sure this would come up, Michelle. We're just waiting for that. Thank you. Nansur, will Arnab cover Sushant's case now? Will he be allowed to bring out all the evidences Arnab knows about? Yes, I think now he has the freedom to do it. I'm sure he'll come up with it because now he's been cleared of all those charges. Rani, good evening. Love your channel, South Africa. Thank you, Rani, for joining. Very good snapshot and perspective on Maharashtra and Mumbai police. Yes, some of those few gems in the Mumbai police. Dara's revelations make sense even. Yes, absolutely, Devanushi. Somehow leads, everything is, coming together and building like a proper story. Nitin, it's India's luck that Constable Patil catch Kasab live as price of his death. Yes, absolutely, Nitin. Nansu Subha, depression and suicide has become MO of all years. They seem to have the same old script, Nansur. Satyam, welcome. Vande Mataram. Cop's wife never denied he had cancer. See what even what Dhara has said, PB, is that see certain medications and substances lead to illnesses like cancer. So I'm just wondering whether whether without his knowledge he was being fed something. We're not sure about all this because suppose he used to have his food in the police quarters, then it could be possible. Nansur, nice to get. Yeah, thank you, Nansur. Always glad to have you with us. Neetu, thanks, Meena. Yeah, thank you, Neetu. Thanks, Seema, for joining. Tony, Himanshu was a brave man. How can he commit suicide? He was exposing Mumbai mafia from many years, absolutely. And underworld has good connections. So Meme police, corrupt police, absolutely, Tony. See, I'm just wondering how it got hidden. It should have been exposed. So which means, see, this close nexus between the police and the politicians is what leads to so much of crime. People like Samir Wankade, who are present heroes, they're fighting against the tide, it seems. So much of corruption, in Maharashtra. I just wonder how he'll, ever be able to clear the scene. Isha, they've gotten away with so many murders. This has to stop. People should be more alert and clued on to keep strict watch on these politicians. Yes, Nisha, there has to be a complete cleansing of this system. Paras, now they might be shifting from depression theory to fire incidents in Maharashtra. Yeah, it looks like Paras. Satyam, D gang is everywhere. Yes, absolutely. We don't need to blame them only, Satyam. See, within our people itself, there are so many enemies that we have. Ujwal, does this also point to possible connivance between Fadnavis and government with NCP, corrupt cabal in police and mafia? Maybe Gadkari is also involved. No, I don't think Nitin Gadkari, they has a very clean background. Why these police top officials who were very straightforward were transferred at that time? I have absolutely no idea. Maybe it's linked with the Bora case, Shida Bora case. That also has to, we have to investigate and find out what exactly was the connection. Vidya, good evening, ma'am. You're giving us the feel of DD1 News reading time. Thanks, Vidya. Kalpana, mainstream media is also part. Yes, absolutely. We never hear of such cases. Have you ever seen mainstream media speak about this, super cop? Never. They only say that, see, he's committed suicide. Are you sure that he committed suicide? Were you there in the room? Nothing. They won't report it. They're all hand in glove. Just like what Arnab said yesterday. Lutyens media is hand in glove with these people. VG, where learning all suicide cases in Mumbai are very suspicious, need to reinvestigate all. Yeah, see, same VG with the case of Janvi Kukreja. Do you think Paramveer Singh and Trimuke are going to find out what really happened in her case? Or do they already know it and are hushing it up? Manikarnika, he was also trapped for money, so he suicide. No, Manikarna. This is something I would not believe because everybody knew he was a very straightforward guy who was cleaning up the system. So I don't think this accusation, applies to him. Paras, wonder not 90%, but yeah, nearly 50% and rest supposed to be yes. I too agree. Runu Ravi, good evening, ma'am. To quote Sushant, nothing in this world happens without a purpose. There is more to such cases than what meets the eye, but everything will be unraveled step by step. It's karma. Absolutely, Runu. There are so many things that are going to come out, Everybody thought that, see, Sushant's case would be like many of the other cases, which are, buried even before, the cremation is done. So I'm sure this is going to reveal a lot. Even that PANS model for Navis has never been good enough, and Hassa has his own background, corruption, and being in cahoots with the criminals on the inside. I hope this all comes out, Rex. I'm not too sure about this. Wanda Kumar. When the bomb blast happened in Mumbai, Sharad Pawar was CM of Maharashtra that time. His D gang nexus in Mumbai NCP party, so main culprits are still roaming free. Yes, I agree. There was a young DCP who died with Karkare in Kama hospital firing. He's also an unsung hero. He was the DCP chamber zone. Yes, Ujwal. Many of these police, and you'll also find that in Delhi also, very strangely, many police have committed suicide, they say, but and were suffering from depression. What is making these police suffer from depression? I don't understand. This is all something people are doing. Why should they commit suicide? I mean, a policeman is supposed to be brave and supposed to face consequences. What is making these people depressed? I'm sure same MBA is behind him. Yes, Manikarnia. I really agree with you on this. Neetu Naik, ma'am, good evening. Just love your job. Thank you, Neetu. And thank you for joining me. Vijay welcomes Neetu as well. PB, ma'am, let wife release hospital reports. Yes, I wish the wife would just come out. But you know what happens, PB, in this case is that, see, most of the times relatives do not reveal anything. They want the case to, die a quiet death because they feel that the soul should not be disturbed. Here, this is something I would not agree. Satya, when will president rule be implemented in Mumbai? It looks like it's leading to that, Satyam. So I guess we need to wait. Dhruv, good evening. Good evening, Dhruv. Ma'am, you're on the right track somehow. Feels like justice will be served, being positive. Yes, Sharmila. At least we seem to be on the right track. Canadian Kumar had supplied massage bags to Mumbai cops along with electronic scooter. But Paras, he lives, life king size. You know that. All his private jets and yachts and everything. We all know about that. Neeta, justice for SSR. Yes, that is our main goal. Nisha Thomas, heaven and hell is on this earth itself. We, with our small lives, small properties, sheltered lives, are in heaven, and getting caught with evil characters is hell. Yes, it's such a devious world that we see in Mumbai, and I think in most of the cities, urban cities. Take up questions, ma'am. Which question? Wanda, can you tell me which question you're talking about? Himanshu Roy was Amish Tripathi's brother-in-law. Yes. Danning, thanks a lot. Thank you, Neetu. Only Mumbai people, real spirit can bring this MBA government down. But no public need not to make sure only one big party like BJP should win the election, waiting for the president rule in Maharashtra. Yes, I agree with you, Vijay. If there's one party coming to power like BJP, then it will be at least we can hope for some sort of a cleansing. Kumar, first row, read questions. Okay, just one second. Hold on. Tony, he was a brave. How can he commit suicide? Yes, absolutely. 2018, isn't it? You're talking about, yes, you're talking about Fernandez. If you have the answers, Tony, put them yourself. Paras Bhatt, ma'am, please see Facebook profile of Janvi's mother. On 31st December, Janvi was murdered. But why on 2nd December, car inspector had commented on a Facebook profile? Did the inspector already know? Oh, that's very strange. I too will have a look at that, Paras. Ma'am, is G. Dhalvi of NCP or insider of Lotus? I'm not sure about that, Mansoor. Vanda Kumar, more than 1,000 honest people, good-hearted people have been killed in the land of Mumbai, crime city. Why, when corruption, black things of Mumbai will be exposed, so many good people have been killed? Yes, what you say is true. But it's so difficult, Kumar, to clean a system. It's not that easy. This corruption has been going on for ages. Unless you have a proper and very strong chief minister, only then can you get the system cleansed. Because some way or the other, these devious people are connected to these politicians. Nitin, one of the Indian was directed 9 terrorists about Mumbai attack and transport. Where is yes? Wanda Kumar, Bollywood, Mumbai police underworld are involved in bad illegal nexus. So Bollywood supports, makes Mumbai police films and makes image clear. But in reality, Mumbai police city is a big crime. You also remember, Kumar, when Janvi died, there was so much of PR, with Janvi's parents, giving the thing to Paramveer Singh and Trimukhi. So it seemed more like a PR effort. See, they were the kings till now. Now, as they are being exposed, the fear has come within them. True. I want to know about Colonel. I think we will do another session on that, Dhruv, because it is such a big one where he was tortured, and physically, he was tortured so badly. I mean, it's a terrible story. Mahima Naya. Himanshu Roy was so good looking and brave. Yes. In fact, he had his mustache was a, sort of a signature style of his. Joan D'Souza, the cops themselves are so corrupt. Who can a layman go to for help? It's so difficult to trust them anymore. Yes. The whole thing has changed completely. Paras, yes, exactly. They were praising, yes. Louis, too many coincidental suicides happening in Mumbai. We've all seen that. Impossible that a physically fit good cop would take his life. Absolutely. Depression has been a common cover up, so called suicide deaths. It's so easy, Louis. They have the same script and everything is written, and then they have all the forces to cover up for them. VG where? When bomb blast happened in Mumbai, Sharad Pawar was CM of Maharashtra. That time, his D gang nexus in Mumbai, NCP party. So main culprits are still yes. You're answering Wonder case first. Dhruv Sadashiv, as Colonel Purohit, was also targeted by these mafia and anti-nationals. Yes. Truth seeker. Himanshu Roy's death was very shocking and so unexpected. But now I remember that Himanshu and Salman's brother had opened a hum together. I don't think so. In fact, he was the one who got Salman's brother in a betting scam in IPL. I don't agree with you on that truth. Thank you, friends, for all your comments and your questions. I'll see you in a day's time because tomorrow I plan to take my vaccine, COVID vaccine. So I don't know whether I'll feel too good after that. So good night, and thank you so much for joining me.